Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Primo, and today I'm gonna be talking to y'all about 2K20 and what we know so far. Some of the things we can kind of expect based on what we do know, and then just a few of my opinions thrown in there about the game, things I'd like to see changed, and then things like that. So, 2K20, as most of y'all know, is right around the corner. The demo is supposed to be coming out this month on the 21st. Following that, the full game will be out the first week of September. No early release or anything like that for certain editions of the game. It's just flat out all editions get the game at the same time and get to play at the same time this year. Now, some of the other things we know, and one of the things I think most people are looking forward to the most is how we will be building our players next year. If you've seen the tweet from, I believe it came directly from NBA 2K, when they announced the demo, they said we would be able to try out the brand new My Player Builder. Now, we definitely know from them saying that means it's probably, can't say that it won't be archetypes, but it's at least going to be a different take on archetypes. Or who knows, maybe they do completely get rid of the archetype deal and go back to a different, well, no, because they said brand new, so it won't even be a different archetype system like this. I'm expecting a whole brand new build system, and probably the way I see it going the most, because this is what I've heard a lot of people saying that they think it should be for a while now, and in my opinion it's a pretty good idea. I think it would be cool if they did it too, is them allowing you to pick a star and sort of base your game off of them. Because one of the things everybody says when they play 2K is they want to be able to try and make that Stephen Curry build, that Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Giannis, Russell Westbrook. They want to be able to make those builds, and with the way 2K has been, it's not necessarily that you can't make those builds, but it's more you can't make your archetype exactly like those players. You have to kind of get it as close as you can with what you have, and then from there your play style just has to kind of take the rest for you. But you can't really make like a player that handles the ball, shoots as well, and still finishes inside as well as Steph Curry. You can't make a 7-foot player that can dribble and have the same speed, shooting ability, shot creating ability as Kevin Durant. You can get close, you can get very close, but there are still some drawbacks. So that's what a lot of people are saying that they think 2K should do, and some people are saying that maybe with this new My Player Builder, that's the way they've went. If so, I think it'll be very exciting, not only for myself but a lot of other people, because that's gonna make things a lot more interesting, and it'll bring a lot more not only to your own game but to your opponent's game. I think it'll make games a lot more fun. But anyway, so we know about the brand new My Player Builder they're supposed to be coming out with. Like I said, we talked about the demo, we talked about the release date. We also know that this time around in the demo, we're going to be able to play multiple times. In the past few demos, they release it, you play it. After you play through it that first time, through whatever story they have for you, you play just a little bit, just until you get to the NBA, and then after that, you're done. It brings up the screen where you can buy the game if you haven't already, or pre-order the game if you haven't already, and then you're stuck waiting up until the game's released to actually do anything else. So you don't really get to try out and play with your build the way you want to, so that for sure before the game comes out, hey, this is the build I want to play with. We know this year they're changing that. I believe somebody talked to Ronnie, and he said it himself that, yeah, you will be able to make multiple we'll say builds, not archetypes. You will be able to make multiple builds this year around, and you'll be able to try out most of them. Now, I don't know if you're going to try them out all in a My Career setting, like how it's been the last few years. Like, you try it out all in the My Career story, you know, play a couple college games. If there are college games, I don't know for sure. Somebody mentioned there's a high school that's supposed to be in the game, but it's not you actually playing in high school. It's supposed to be, there's a basketball event that usually goes down at that high school, and you're supposed to be playing in that event. But I don't know, other than that, if you actually have any high school games, college games, all that. But usually that's how it goes. You play in a few high school, college games, whatever happens before the NBA, and then right when you make it to the NBA, it cuts off. So we know for sure we'll be able to test those builds out. Now, when it comes to testing those builds, somebody, I believe, asked Ronnie if we'll have our own sort of kind of My Court, or some kind of private, some kind of setting outside of My Career, or outside of like the regular My Career games anyway, where you'll be able to test the limits of your build a little further rather than just playing against the computer, because we all know in the very beginning it makes the computers kind of soft on you, so that you can do whatever you want and look and feel good with that player. And then that may not be the case once the game comes out and you actually try it against real people. So somebody asked about that, and I think Ronnie said it was something they were looking into, that they know people had asked about before. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, kind of which way they end up deciding to go with that. Now, we also know that there seems to be, the new tagline is next for 2K20. That's the new tagline. We know for 19 it was they will know your name, and so we know that 2K20 is next. Now, they haven't said anything yet about like a possible storyline that could be coming from, so we don't know for sure if there's going to be a My Career story where we're, like I said, coming from college or high school and all that kind of stuff. We don't know if there's going to be a story or anything like that, although I'm pretty sure there will be, because it's one of their biggest things. Even though a lot of people don't really like the story, they are fine with them doing away with the cutscenes in the story and all of that. A lot of people actually still like the story aspect, and 2K puts, we'll say, a fair amount of time into it every year, so we can most likely still expect a story. We also know that when it comes to big men, this was just, I found this out a few days ago, people were requesting that big men not be allowed to have the same jump shots that guards have, because guards, we get a lot of shots that are like really fast, or we can jump really high off the ground, different things like that. And the way 2K is right now is bigs, whether you stretches, glass, all of them, they can all have the same kind of jump shots, and people were complaining about that. And they were saying that they didn't really feel it was fair. You know, somebody that's 7'3", weighs 240 pounds should not be able to jump, you know, 2 feet off the ground for a jump shot. And I think it wasn't Ronnie, I believe it was Mike Wayne who responded directly to somebody and told them that is being looked into. And I think they actually said they changed it. Me personally, I don't see the whole jump shot thing for bigs being too big of a deal, because it's the jump shot, you know? Like, if anything, you want to make sure, like, I would take some of the dribble moves away from bigs, not allowing them to do some of the moves that they can this year, so that they can't just slide and dance around the court so easily, you know? change something about the screen system, making it to where people can slide through screens easier or get around them easier, or at least get a better contest off of screens, so that way when a big is trying to get open, at least you're able to sort of stick with them. They have to do a lot more than just running around a screen, you know. So not focusing so much on the jump shot, because if you're guarding them, their jump shot isn't going to matter as much. It's more looking at how they're getting open rather than what type of jump shot they have when they get open, you know. And that's where some of my things I would like to see change come in. Like I said, bigs being able to dribble the way that they can. I believe that, like I said, people need to be able to get around screens easier, because people use screens a lot, and it's gotten to the point in the game now where screens, you almost expect to see them every game, and it's a natural part of basketball, so it's not something they can just 100% get rid of. But I think they need to change the mechanic of how screens are done, or at least how they're dealt with, you know, allowing people to run around the screens. Bigger guys getting screened by a little dude, they should be able to not go through the screen and it be a foul, you know. But you shouldn't be running through smaller people having a hard time. And if you're a smaller player, you shouldn't be running into a bigger player and just getting stuck. In real life, you know, if you're small, you can use your speed to kind of try and get around or something like that. So I definitely think they need to do something about the screens. And rather than the glitches, I would say they gotta change something about player movement in general. Because a lot of the glitches they have, like for example the L2 glitch, that's not a problem but just because people can go into the post. The glitch is a problem because of how the movement is on 2K. When you run into somebody doing the L2 glitch, or whatever you want to call it, you get stuck, and you either get stuck behind them, it drags you in and you're posting them up, or you'll be running towards their player, and instead of your player running around them, you'll just run into them and stand there until they decide to move out the way. And people don't even have to be L2ing for that. You can run into, it's a lot of situations in the game where you can run into, say, a teammate or another player, any of that kind of stuff, and then you're able, or not able, but you just get stuck and can't really do anything about it. That's what the issue is for that. It's not really the glitch, it's more of your movement. And same thing with the little D-pad glitch, with people running back and forth like that. If you were able to move a little better, that wouldn't be so much of a problem. And also, I'd say honestly, take the little check ball out the game, because the D-pad glitch only really works the best on check-ins, and that's because, again, your player can't run around like they should be able to when the checkup is going. You can't move around players the way you need to, so you get stuck, and y'all know how that goes. And those are the only three things I would really say are like huge deals that I'd say need to get changed. Maybe do something about the ankle breakers too, because a lot of people with any type of playmaking build play like ISO ball, and it's not that anything is wrong with ISO ball. I'm sure it takes plenty of skill to be able to combo and dribble like that, but ankle breakers are a big part of why ISO ball works. Because you could be guarding somebody correctly, you know, they're running out of stamina, they don't really have anywhere to go, they get a lucky ankle breaker off on you, and then they take off from there. It's not much you can do. So I'd say they maybe need to change ankle breakers too. Maybe take away the ankle breaker badge and make it to like a sort of reach teach badge. Make it to where more it's like, if you're playing defense and then somebody, or no, if you're on offense, somebody is playing defense and then they reach on you and you do a dribble move at the right time, you have a better chance of taking them out of position, whether it's shaking them a little bit, putting them on the ground, something like that. But if somebody is playing good defense though, I think it's a penalty for them for you to just allow them to get their ankles broken and then they're out to play just like that. But yeah, those are some of the changes I would make. Those are the main facts that we know about 2K20. It's a lot more I could say about what we know, but a ton of the other things are all speculation. Like, it's a lot of people uploading, you know, fake screenshots and different things like that. So I'm gonna wait until, at least until the demo, and we'll talk more about everything we know, what's changed, what we can look forward to for the actual release, things like that. But if you guys enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like, subscribe for more, because 2K20 this year I will be doing a lot more videos for it. Last year I had some things kind of happen between my videos. I'm sure you know, if you go back, you can see some of the ones I did earlier for 2K19. But yeah, I had some complications in between. But 2K20, I'm looking to grow the channel, get way more involved in 2K and things like that. So like I said, leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you want to be there for when the videos first drop. And I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna let this last little clip finish out real quick. It's like not too long left, the game is about to end. But yeah, I'll let the clip finish out. This is my sharpshooting shot creator build, playing the ones against a few people in Annie up. You know, I appreciate you guys watching. Peace out.